Hello everyone, this is Garrett and this is Titan Quest Immortal Throne. Now last time I was playing this, I apparently completely forgot that this chapter existed. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, when I said I was kinda close to the end of the game, not entirely. But yeah, we're in the Gardens of Babylon now, which definitely look quite a lot prettier than, in my opinion, everything else we've seen so far. So, definitely enjoying that one. My voice is a little weird, probably because of hay fever being rude. I blame the weather and this game being too loud at the moment. There we go. Hope you didn't accidentally hear the game in the microphone. That would be kind of silly. But yeah, hay fever is attacking me, so I may sound a little bit hoarse. So, let's hope I don't sound too horsey, and instead, we'll just make my way through the Gardens of Babylon, which look absolutely amazing, and a pretty music and spiders. Why do there always have to be spiders? I do not know, but there's probably some reason for it. Hopefully at this point in the game, enemies will start dealing a little bit of damage. There seems to be a cat statue over there holding a plant. That's amazing. I love it when cats hold plants. That's always such a good idea. Yeah, there mostly seem to be some fish people kinda just running around, trying to kill me, not dealing exceptional amounts of damage, but they did draw a disabling hooked blade, so yeah, in the end, I can't really complain. Greater health potion, that's lovely. I think we could probably be looking out for better health potions at this point as well. I think we just had normal healing potions before, but now greater healing potions will start dropping as well, so I didn't have to worry about my health before, now I have to worry about it even less, which is lovely. I think these things actually deal a fair amount of damage if they, yeah, they kinda hurt, so I'm gonna, ow, okay, yeah, they hurt, okay, yeah, they hurt slightly more than I had anticipated, so it looks like I'm reaching the point where I'm actually gonna have to be a little bit careful here and there. Oh dear. I personally do not mind. I was getting a little just a tad bored, to be honest, of the lack of challenge pretty much everywhere, and I'm also kind of amused that that random blob seems to do more damage than the boss from the previous act managed to do, so there you go. But yeah, I guess there's probably some logic behind it. These guys are probably higher levels than everything else we've faced so far. I don't really know. Don't really care either. All I know is that I have to be a little bit more careful and that this place is pretty. Which I cannot emphasize enough, in my opinion. Because this looks lovely. Definitely a fan of this act, although definitely not a fan of one of the bosses in this act. So, hoping that won't go too bad, but I believe there were these 3 people somewhere along the line that weren't very nice, and yes, you'll see them when we get there, I suppose. Let's, for now, just make sure that we survive, try to kill these tropical widows, make sure we save the world from spider manifestations, grab these wraps, sell them to the nearest salesman, and live good lives. That is the plan that we are going to take and follow. Is this thing no longer set to aggressive or something? He didn't really seem to do anything anymore. How silly. It's all his fault if anything bad were to happen to me. If anything up, he killed something, I think. So I think he no longer is to blame for anything that happens at all. Because he actually murderfied something. And he seems to be getting quite murderfied whenever he gets hit. So that's not really good, but as someone mentioned, and I mentioned as well, in the later difficulties he's not quite as squishy, so that is good. Definitely a keeper. Definitely. But for now, we're just gonna kill. Ooh, mantids. They're quick. And they're mantids. Mantids are awesome, everyone loves mantids. Yes, or mantis. Probably mantis, that would make so much more sense. Like, totally good. There appears to be nothing over here. Mantis! I don't know, it seems more like a mantis than a mantid. But there you go. That's just my opinion about the whole ordeal. I'm not really the one to judge the Mantisianness. So yeah, can't really judge them on that one, I'm afraid. But I can always try. And if you don't try, then you will never know the true secret of the Mantisians. And that would just be a shame. I mean, how would you go through life knowing that you don't know the magical secret of the magical mantises? Yes, I think you would be pretty annoyed if that were to happen. And I'm not sure how much longer I can ramble on about the magical secrets of mantises, but I'm sure we'll find out simply by trying. Yes. Did I mention this place looked quite pretty? I think I haven't mentioned this before, because this place looks quite pretty. Yes. And they have diadems, or diadems, or diadems. I have no idea how to pronounce that word. But I do know that there's a pretty fountain over there which will rebirth me whenever I die. And most people seem to be fairly sure that I haven't died yet so far, so hopefully I won't be needing that one, but you never know. They might roundly go, "Yar, I'm gonna kill ya!" And then I would be all sad, because then I would lose my no-death status that I totally got going on around here. And it seems to me that it's mostly just those large blob enemies that deal a fair amount of damage. The rest, not that much, except when they attack my Lich King. But I'm kinda hoping I can get them to not do that all that much, because that would mean he would deal that slightly small extra deal of damage that will land the finishing blow upon these evildoers. And truly, I would very much appreciate that. That's a hero. I should probably be a little careful around that, because heroes... No, this hero's not really all that devastating either. But he did drop an energy potion and Essence of Leanness as Guile. That's a new one, I believe. Let's see, is this anything interesting? +6 dexterity. That could be useful if it was any good. But sadly it isn't really, so yeah. Regeneration! I probably should have picked it up after a certain battle of sorts, but I tend to regenerate everything through the magic of health potions or stuff like that, so not really anything to worry about losing. It seems I have to go up here, but there are mantises. I'm just gonna call them mantises because that's what they are, darn it. That's what they are. They cannot hide their true identities simply by changing their name. It is all a ruse, but I shall not fall for it. And look, we could have just climbed up here. Would have saved us a lot of trouble, but there you go. We are not the climbing type, we are the walking around places types. And that is why we are still around. We didn't actually fall and break our shins. Because if we broke our shins, then this let's play recording thingy would take considerably longer. Because this place seems kind of hard to navigate with broken shins. Yes. I'm not entirely sure why this place is actually so large, because it doesn't look like there are really any doors, so it's mostly just a large array of pretty building, but vine growth, that's a new one as well, I believe. Guess that's what these plants are dropping for me. How very kind of them. Is vine growth anything interesting here? Health regen, yeah, that could be useful, I suppose. Health regeneration is... well, it regenerates your health. Health is good. So in that sense, it could be pretty decent, but I'm never really a fan of regeneration magic or anything like that, personally. I don't really know why, but I prefer to just have one large heal rather than slowly regenerate it. Even if it were to make me lose a potion or something like that. Nah. That's probably just me, but I'm sure there's others out there who share the same opinion. Although I guess passive regeneration is quite nifty, but still, I prefer to just use more reliable sources of health regeneration, health regaining, which is just by drinking a potion every once in a while. Which so far seems to be working out quite well, so definitely can't say that I am complaining about my potions. But I will say that this place is pretty. Because that is my opinion of this place, that it is very, very pretty. And filled with nice plants. I like plants. Ooh, frostbite. Definitely like frostbite too. Because it makes everything go in slow motion, which is very useful indeed, especially against those mantises. Mantisae. What is the plural of mantis anyway? I actually don't know. Maybe the plural of mantis is mantis. One mantis, two mantis. I don't know, I'll have to check that out at some point. I'm actually kind of curious now. Greaves! Plus, that's quite a lot of strength, but I would lose my movement speed. I honestly rather have movement speed than... well, not have movement speed. Even if it does give a considerable amount of extra strength. I'm sure that'll be worth a pretty penny anyway, so... looking forward to the price tag on that one. Even though right now I'm not really doing anything with my money, but... if there's anything ridiculously and ludicrously expensive that I want to buy, then I can, and I quite enjoy that. Not much else going on around here. There seems to be a thing over a Temple of Marduk. Oh. This place looks quite large. I actually don't remember this place at all. So let's see what kind of magical things await us in the Temple of Marduk, and it would be nice if my Lich King would stop dying every 3 seconds. That would make my mana consumption considerably lower, but I'm sure I'll manage. It's not like I'm really using the mana for anything. I guess I'm using the mana for marksmanship, but by the time I run out of mana using that, well, I'm pretty far end ahead, and I'm regenerating it back when I'm not fighting anyway. And while I'm picking up stuff, I'm not fighting apparently. So that is convenient. Is there anything up here? No, there is not. What an odd statues in front of this temple. Oh, someone broke in. I guess I will follow them around. Temple of Marduk, level 1. Marduk. What is Marduk or Marduk? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. Unless someone in the comments will let me know, then we will find out. But by then, I probably will have lost interest whether or not it's Marduk or Marduk. I'm just gonna go with Marduk. It sounds more natural, in my opinion. Just slightly. These creeping slimes are... yeah, I was afraid of that. They slow me down. I don't like being slowed down. This is slow. And my head is now green. Why is my head green? It's like I'm poisoned or some such. But that looked like to be pretty much all of them. He is definitely gaining a fair amount of experience here as well, which is good. Almost level 28. Well, not... well, actually, no, I'm not nearly at 28, but... it's going pretty quickly. Wouldn't mind a shrine of experience here and there, though. Definitely would not mind that at all. Clink. Ooh, a murderer's candor. Is it any good? It has plus 20% damage. The sword. I don't really care. But it definitely does. Plus 20% damage, and that thing is oddly lit up for some unknown reason. It's probably clipping through the wall. Because why bother making it look normal when you can make it look slightly shinier? Shiny things are always good. Even if they don't make any sense. And that guy shot me in the face. I would prefer if those things wouldn't shoot me in the face every single time. But that's probably just me. I'm sure some of you are going, I like it when you get shot in the face. But I personally don't really agree. Fighting bone staff. And a diadem of stuffing things. And another rebirth fountain. There's a lot of rebirth fountain in this temple. Which I definitely don't mind. The more rebirth fountains, the merrier, if you ask me. And I'm getting weird things happening. But oh well. I'm just gonna kill some more Ratman. Ratman. Rat man. They're rat. And they're proud. I have no idea where I'm going with this sentence. But I'm sure it'll finish in a glorious manner. And this is a dead end. That is a very unsatisfying answer to what was lying on the rightmost path.